stay in the world of hip hop with this new generation of mumble rap fans. People want to throw the term greatest rap group of all time to bands such as Migos. Even old school cats, fans and artists alike, want to point at groups like NWA, KRS-One, and Wu-Tang Clan for the greatest or most legendary rap group of all time. Now, I'm not taking anything away from these bands, but I want to remind you of a not so little group known as Bone, Thugs, and Harmony. I'm Chris Fagan with T3 Medias, and you're listening to why I believe Bone Thugs and Harmony is the greatest rap group of all time, or at the least should be in the discussion of one of the greatest and most legendary groups to ever change the face of hip-hop. As you may or may not know, Bone Thugs and Harmony is a group of rappers from Cleveland, Ohio that consists of Bizzy Bone, Wishbone, Layzie Bone, Krayzie Bone, and Flesh and Bone. They were signed to Ruthless Records by Eazy-E back in 1993 after he listened to Krayzie Bone kick a verse of flow motion after a concert. Ever since they were signed to Ruthless Records, they debuted with Creepin on a Come Up, an LP that topped the charts and changed this listener's life forever. For a long time, I was a fan of Snoop Doggy Dogg. I still am. And I mainly became a fan of Snoop only because I just needed a rapper to claim that I was listening to, because I didn't grow up listening to hip-hop that much because of my mother. I listened to whatever she had playing on the radio. But after being made fun of by my family and friends, I decided to give hip-hop a bit more of a listen to so I'd know what I was talking about when I went to school. But everything changed for me when I first heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It was something about that flow, the delivery, the storyline, the intensity, the video, everything that these cats were doing that changed my life forever. And I'll never forget how it made me feel. You couldn't deny their controversy, but you couldn't deny their hard-hitting style. But it was the song For the Love of Money that showed their unique originality. And these brothers could not be denied. By 1994, I was still very much loyal to Creepin on a Come Up. Then a friend of mine told me to come to his house to listen to the radio, and he introduced me to the debut of the first of the month, the summer of 1995. I'll never forget how wide my eyes opened, and I believe I was just stuck in a trance. I begged him to put a tape in the radio and record it so we could play it back over and over again. When that album, Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 99 Eternal, released, I was definitely one of the first to get it. Even though I wasn't allowed to play that type of music in the house, I still managed to convince my mother to let me buy the CD and just listen to it as much as I want. Good thing I kept my grades up. Thanks, Bone. Eternal East 99 is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life. The first of the month was so smooth in comparison to For the Love of Money. I didn't think it was possible, but here it was. A song, a video, and an impact that rivaled maybe the entire album that came before it. I thought this was it. This is the greatest song they'll ever do. Unfortunately, and for a very sad reason, I would be wrong. On a personal level, the group was experiencing a lot of death in their life. Friends and family members who were being taken away very soon. One of the most impactful deaths was their producer, Eazy-E. To honor Eazy-E, they made a remix to a hit song on their album, The Crossroads, produced by DJ Unique. When The Crossroads first debuted on the radio and the video was released, I cannot tell you how big of an influential impact this song had on not only the hip-hop community and also music listeners who weren't even fans of hip-hop. It was something about the message behind The Crossroads, the pain in that song, and everybody feeling the same emotion when played that put Bone Thugs and Harmony, in my mind, on a Mount Rushmore of rap groups. I never heard another song to this day within the hip hop community that rivals the Crossroads' emotional depth. This is why it always baffles me why Bone Thugs and Harmony is rarely in the discussion of great rap groups. Olivia Munn, actress, to this day says that The Crossroads is her favorite song. There are so many people who came after Bone Thugs and Harmony who tried to mimic what they did. None of them could come close to the uniqueness, the originality, and spirit of this rap group. Eternal Lease 99 was followed by The Art of War, a double album CD that allowed each of the artists to stretch their wings on solo songs, a few collection albums, and then in 2000, Bone Thugs and Harmony Resurrection, a very underappreciated and undervalued album that has some of the greatest songs that Bone has ever put together. There's always something you gotta give up if you want everything you want. It's not only a hip hop song, it's a life lesson. Bone Thugs and Harmony, to me, is the greatest rap group ever. But if we were to at least put them in the top 10, I would not argue with the positioning of this group in comparison to other great artists such as the NWA and Wu-Tang, for example. But even though there are things that Bone has never accomplished that those other groups may have, it cannot be denied that there are a lot of things that Bone Thugs and Harmony were able to accomplish that those groups and groups that come after them will never accomplish. I feel that Bone Thugs and Harmony has been overlooked too long. To this day, I would love to sit down with just one of these artists or all of them. Krayzie, Layzie, Bizzy, Wish, Flesh and Bone, the Fifth Dog are my most favorite rap group of all time and legends in the hip hop community. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and always follow us at T3 Medias, where we talk about movies, TV, and everything through the world of entertainment. Until next time, guys, peace.